this thing. Did you know that if you keep your mouse on a video, it will count it as you watch it? It does it to me all the fucking time. And I'm like, wait, I haven't seen this video. And then it turns out that I just left to take a shit or something. And it watched it for me, quote unquote. You can disable that. I need to know. It works for Pornhub, but it doesn't work for this one. Please, I need it.
So the Switch 2 is out.
I have a Switch 2. I have it. I have it. It's so big. The screen is so big. It's so good and it's so big. And I almost dropped it like 3 times because it's much bigger than the other one. And it's so big. Did you play Mario Kart? Not yet. I rebooted Animal Crossing. I haven't yet, but it's so big. I am ready though. Careful. What am I should be careful not to drop it. Oh, it's okay. Hopefully. I am so paranoid about the new Joy-Cons because they are kind of magnetic and I can feel them wobble as I'm holding them. And I'm just like, one day I'm going to do like a jerky motion or something and I'm gonna snap it off. I'm so afraid that I'm going to break it. Is it big or normal? Say, nya, 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 nya. Ready to pay $100 for every new game? No, I'm not really ready for that. I'm a little bit depressed about the prices. Like, I looked at how much the Mario Kart World cost, and I'm like, oof. 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 Good news, it's only 90. Hooray! I am not happy for that.
And honestly, I wish
Wait, you immediately bought Cyberpunk on Nintendo? Why would you buy Cyberpunk on Nintendo? What?
I could say I was excited. I really, really wanted to be excited. Like many 90s babies, I grew up on Nintendo.
I have never had this, and I need to know why this Nintendo controller has a dick. I'm here all day. Feel free to explain it to me. I need to know. Why does it have a... What's the purpose? It's the worst controller ever. I have never had this. I never tried it. I do not know. But it's for the girlies. Ah! Ew. Did it at least vibrate or something? Or... you know, like the PlayStation controller? Nope. It did. I'm getting mixed information. You could get a rumble for it. Okay. Damn. Thanks, Nintendo.
They were my very first gaming love. And not just the games, but the feeling of them. The wonder, the warmth, the way...
Oh, it's so tiny. Look at it. Look at that screen. It's such a baby.
They pulled you into a world and made it feel like home. Ocarina of Time was the one that really awoke something in me. That opening in Kokiri Forest with the Deku Tree riding Epona across Hyrule Field.
Oh my god. Those polygons, man. Holy shit. That's amazing. I never played these old games, unfortunately. I didn't have the chance.
It all felt
That's
so massive.
beautiful.
Like a real world was tucked inside a little cartridge. And then Majora's Mask came along, and my little self had never felt such anxiety. That eerie moon, the ticking clock, the emotional side quests that...
Honestly, it doesn't look that bad compared to, like, how old the game is. Like, it looks pretty slick.
made you care so much in so little time. It was...
And they still have bigger tits than the current new DEI games. That's crazy. It's 2 polygons. Yeah, it holds up.
It was the very first game that made me feel something beyond just fun. It was sad, confusing, kind of strange at times, and very deep. It was...
Is this a horror game? Because that's kind of spooky. Like, if I would have played that as a kid, I'm not sure if I would have gone to sleep.
It wasn't just Zelda. I was obsessed with Super Mario 64. Running wild through Peach's castle, jumping into paintings, discovering every secret star. That game felt like true freedom. And then there were classics like Kirby's Dream.
Wait, isn't Kirby pink? Who is this white motherfucker? Where's my pink Kirby? What the fuck is this?
Land, Yoshi's Story, Donkey Kong 64, Star Fox, Metroid Prime, all completely different and one.
That was his OG color. He wasn't always pink? I had no idea. What the fuck? Oh, whitewashed Kirby is so sad.
Wonderful in their own way. And every one of them had a vibe, a soul, that Nintendo spark that made it feel like you weren't just playing, you were being let in on something very special. And then my parents bought me the original DS, and just like that, the whole thing was cracked wide open for me. That's how I found Animal.
My first Nintendo was a 3DS. That's where I started personally. I never played even the OG DS things.
Crossing Wild World, and I was hooked. I spent hours in that little village, rearranging furniture, writing letters, fishing for red snappers, and visiting my best friend's town during our weekly sleepovers. Even now, just hearing the soundtrack makes me very emotional. It takes me right back to those quiet, cozy afternoons after school, all curled up with that clunky silver DS with nowhere else that I needed to be. Truly the epitome of nostalgia. I didn't know it then, but those games were helping to shape how I saw everything. Stories, characters, even myself, and for a while it really felt like Nintendo understood how to make something that mattered. And
I mean, they understand it now too. And what matters is the money. That's why the new games cost $90 fucking dollars. Because here comes the money. Money, 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 money.
it didn't stop there.
Ka-ching!
I basically owned every major Nintendo console, starting with the N64, GameCube, Wii.
Oh my god, she is rich. Oh my god, is she a Nepo baby? She had everything. What the hell? Yeah, she rich. Bro, my first PlayStation was the PlayStation 3. And I had a 3DS. That's where I started from. What the hell?
Wii, DS, 3DS, even the Wii U.
I did have a 3DS. That was so good. It's like a flip phone.
Which, in my humble opinion, was ahead of its time, by the way. But I...
Ooh. Dude, the Wii is kind of like how the Switch is. But like, it was bad. I think I heard about it that no one liked. Oh wait, was it the PS Vita that everyone hated? I can't tell. I feel like the PS Vita was also a flop.
I owned all of them, and when the Switch was announced with Breath of the Wild, I was beyond excited. Like, very cringely crying at the announcement trailer excited. As a Zelda fan, it was everything I'd ever wanted in a game, and to this day, it is still one of my favorites. That launch brought...
Hey lads, did you know that if you wanna play Breath of the Long on the Switch too, you can buy a $10 pack to your already existing game so that you will get a few more pixels? Because you can buy it again. It's only $10. Since you already paid like 80 or 60, I don't know how much this game was, but 10 more bucks. Buy more! Where are the pixels located? Not where it would give you good feelings. Yeah. Do I get Mifa boobs? I am not sure. I'm not sure if that's within the budget.
Brought back so much of the old magic.
Yeah, after buying the new console that only cost like $500 to $600. Oh god, I wanted to buy a backup Nintendo dock because I like to keep the Nintendo next to my PC because sometimes I take it in my break and I use it, but I wanted to have one next to the TV so that if I play something and I want it to be on the TV, that will... Do you know how much is a dock? That is basically just a cable connection, like an HDMI and a USB-C. It's 100 and 150 or something like that. It's not even available anywhere, but it's above 100. It's a plastic thing for 2 cables to connect. Yeah, it's crazy. I was like, oh, surely it's not much. It must be like $40, right? Like $40-50. Haha, joke's on me. I ain't buying a second one. Fuck that.
Which is probably why I held on for so long and I even wanted to work for them. Like, genuinely. I applied to corporate Nintendo PR jobs probably 15 to 20 times. not even exaggerating. Back in 2019, I was pursuing PR, and when I got the opportunity to go to E3 that year, the very last E3 by the way, I actually spoke with a Nintendo
Rest in pieces, E3. It was good knowing you. Farewell.
PR team in person. It was magical. The Nintendo section of the event was so overwhelming and electric, and I remember thinking, this is it. This is what I want, and this is what I want to be a part of. So please hear me out. What we are about to discuss isn't coming from someone who's out to bash Nintendo. This is coming from someone who genuinely, wholeheartedly, even at times very cringely, loved Nintendo.
Okay, let's bash Nintendo. I'm ready. Let's go!
And their games. And really believed in what I thought they stood for. But over time, I've started to realize that maybe Nintendo isn't the...
Wait, you're right. My big fat ass is covering her. My apology. It's my fat ass. Wait, I'm too tall. I cannot be too tall. Like this?
Company I thought they were. What I've seen over the last few years is that my nostalgia goggles have been working overtime, and they've kept me from really seeing the true nature of a company that I want.
Dude, for me, it's Pokemon. I used to like Pokemon games, and then I bought another one, and I was like, this is the same as the other one, just grindier. And then I bought another one. This is the same as the other one, just grindier. And then I just like grind. I'm like,
once held so dear to my heart. So let's dive in, and let's start with the release of the Switch 2.
People want that. Do you want the grind? I mean, I don't mind the grind. I like fighting for things. I like achievements. I like you know, killing the same thing to get something precious, but it's boring.
Officially out now, and sales are booming. Records are being broken, and
also that's crazy that Palworld came out, and I'm not saying that Palworld is like drop dead gorgeous, but like it looks pretty alright. And it's very versatile, and it's fun to play and whatnot. And I saw the new Pokemon game that is coming out now, like the A to Z or whatever the fuck its name is going to be, like it comes out like autumn, and it's still the same. It's so lame.
Over 3 million units were sold worldwide on release day. People are also loving Mario Kart World, and I'm genuinely very happy for
I have to ask a question. For absolutely no reason, but does Peach still have her cat suit in Mario Kart World? Because it turns out that's the best for balancing for me. It's definitely not for any reason, but I just really need the cat suit. It's not in it. Now I'm depression.
For them. Yes, the game looks like a lot of fun. I just wish I felt something, because more than anything, I just feel...
I mean, I can make you feel something, girl. Just call me.
feel tired. At $450 or $500 if you get it bundled with Mario Kart World, this doesn't feel like a celebration of the next chapter. It feels like Nintendo seeing how far they can stretch our loyalty, how much they can charge us for some...
A company being company and wanting to min-max the consumers. I mean, she's right. I feel like what she is trying to take a jab at is like, you know how back then Blizzard used to care about gamers, because basically everyone who worked at Blizzard were gamers. And it's probably the same for Nintendo, that the developers were gamers. But now it's like big guys in the suits who will tell you that what you have to do to earn the most amount of money. It became, all these game developer companies became normified. And it's not like the actual nerds with the passion behind it, but like people in suits who are just like, okay, we need to have these billions and billions, and we don't care. As long as it sells, we don't care.
Something that isn't even new, just a little bit newer. And listen, I'm not here to crap on Mario Kart. I actually really like Mario Kart. I do. It's one of those comfort games that's always been there, and it's...
I have been playing a lot of Mario Kart Deluxe in Spain. I was bored out of my balls. And it turns out only Peach in a kitty cat suit is working with me. Nothing else. Only the kitty cat suit.
Attached to so many fond memories of playing with friends and family, but even though it looks fun, when that's the flagship title for a brand new console launch, I don't know, I personally just couldn't get behind the hype. It feels kind of boring, safe, predictable. Nintendo isn't asking, hey, what's possible here? They're asking, what can we get away with? Because $80 for Mario Kart World?
I mean, I guess. Okay, but yeah, but isn't it basically always Nintendo? I feel like the last brave thing what they did was like the Legend of Zelda, the Breath of the Wild. Like that was pretty new-ish. But like look at the second one. It's the copy paste, but now you can make dick machines that will like fist the enemies to death or something. Madden 2025 is 120. What? There is no way that Madden 2025 is $120. Whoa. Whoa. Bro, it's like when you start dating someone, you have to ask for their Steam profile. And if you see some bullshit like FIFA or Madden, then you immediately block them and you never look back. That's what you have to do. It's just like, fuck those people. They are losers.
That's not just a new number. It's a shift in how this industry treats its players. And what surprises me, even though it shouldn't at this point, is that it's Nintendo, of all companies.
$80. It's so expensive. Bro, you can buy like 5 games and that's basically the price of the console. And that's it.
Ushering in this new pricing standard. This wasn't them reluctantly following a trend that I know was inevitable, but this
100 to 2027. Ooh, no. The 100 is going to be with GTA. I bet you the GTA is like contemplating whether they should be the bad guy or the good guy and drop it for 100 because they can afford it. And once they are going to drop it for 100, everyone else will drop it. And it will be always 100. GTA $100 bad, just pull 100 bill out of your ass. Yeah, basically. Lads, we all have to start making OnlyFans. That's the only way we will be able to purchase games we want to play. Yeah. Rockstar is all money grab. Then, you know, welcome to the future. I'm never buying games at the retail ever again if they cost that much. We will have to wait for the sales. You first. I'm not the one gooning for GTA.
This was them leading the charge, setting a precedent, establishing $80 as the new normal. And not with some expansive, genre-pushing new experience, but with an exact game formula that we've literally seen 16 times at this point.
Ooh, okay, so there was Mario Kart in 92, in 96, 2000. Oh my god, there's so many Mario Karts? Holy shit. Wait, there was a Mario Kart between... Oh, it's mobile. Ah, ew, you can play Mario Kart on your phone? Oh, that's disgusting. Ah. Ew. Oculus Rift. Ugh, we don't talk about Oculus Rift. Wait, there is 2 for Switch? I only have this one. Mario Kart Live Home Circuit. I never even heard about it. What the fuck?
And it makes you ask, why? Because meanwhile, I'm looking at games like Helldivers 2, Hi-Fi Rush, Lies of P, Remnant 2, Clair Obscur, Baldur's Gate 3, and so many more. Games that
I can't believe that Baldur's Gate entire like team was like kind of kicked out of the IP holders. It's like, yep, you guys go away. I guarantee you they will make a new Baldur's Gate but with a different team and it's going to suck ass. I hope the team will create something amazing. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, it's not that I didn't enjoy Baldur's Gate, I wasn't smart enough to it. Or more like I have too much ADHD and I was like, let's go. And sometimes it was a little slow for me, but it was still incredibly entertaining. You know? Didn't you want to restart it? Yeah, but like there's so many things and stuff and you have to like read and there's so many objects and items and it's very overwhelming as a first-time player. That's the other thing. I am totally not just salty that I tried to raise 3 different characters and none of them wanted me. I didn't get a singular cutscene with anyone. I tried to raise this bitch, I tried to raise this bitch, and there was that other elf bitch, and none of them wanted to have sex with me. I don't know what I have done wrong. I fucked everything up. I should have gone with the pretty boy who eats my shoes. Because at least he's desperate enough to sex someone. Ugh, so mad about it.
Have real creative vision.
Yeah, it didn't work. I didn't get anything. I was like so far into the game and none of them wanted to have sex with me and they were just like, oh, ew, ew. I'm like, okay, whatever. At least I had the dog. I could pet the dog and throw the ball to the dog. So that's something.
Some with massive campaigns, even some with fleshed out co-op systems, launching at or below $60. And many of these games are taking risks.
The Dragon Age Wildguard director is now working on the next Baldur's game title. Oh. Oh no.
Lol, how you got no riz in Baldur's Gate 3? It's like the easiest get sex getting game.
I don't know. None of them wanted to fuck me. Sad. Dude, it is so cooked. If you put these annoying people who are just like trying to preach in a fucking game. Do you remember when games were made for people who are a little bit like, I don't know, like awkward or they don't fit into society and we just had like our little bubble and like the normies were out? And now we are just like having fucking normies come in and tell us that everything we like is bad and we are bad people and this is what you should like instead. And if you don't like it, then you're this and this slur. And I'm just like, much.
And really pushing boundaries, and somehow they're still finding a way to be more accessible. So when Nintendo drops a new console and leads with yet another Mario Kart at a higher price than ever before,
to be fair, everyone said that this new Mario Kart is really fucking good. Like, I don't know. I didn't have the chance to play it yet, but it seems like everyone is having a lot of fun.
Doesn't feel like they're honoring their legacy. It feels like they're monetizing it, like they're using it against us. Actually kind of feels like a slap in the face that stings pretty badly. And yes, to be fair, the Switch 2 is a technical upgrade. 4K visuals, better battery, smoother performance.
Okay, we don't talk about the fucking battery. The battery sucks ass. Oh my god, compared to my OLED, like this one has a few hours in it and that's it, it gives up on me.
More storage, it's all technically better on paper, but it doesn't feel like a new era. It seems like a slightly fancier version of something that we already had, and for me
Can I just point out that it's also depressed? Like, what are the colors? Why is it all black? Is it like this was like the teenage years, and then this is when you go to college and you realize you have to pay taxes? And then you grew up, you're bigger and better, but you're also like you lost your soul and your spark. The original Switch was only gray at launch. No, it was... I mean, I know there was a gray one, but this one was at launch too, no? Wasn't the blue and red like basically one of the... Was it? Ain't... Really? I thought this was the basic one. You bought it on launch, of course it has no colors. Never... Shut up. I just wanted the Mario Kart, okay? If you want to know, I already bought a cover that will have tiny little bunnies on it and I'm gonna clip on it and it's going to be pimped out and it's gonna be colorful and adorable, so shut the fuck up.
Personally, this realization of who Nintendo is not like a sudden moment of awakening. I've quietly been stepping back from them for a while now. And not because I stopped loving their games, but because I started seeing the patterns, the choices, and the shifts. And at this point, it's pretty clear that this Switch 2 release is not just about a new price tag or a genuine attempt at launch.
Bongo tap, bongo tap, bongo tap, bongo tap.
I want the Breath of the Wild limited edition Switch. You mean like the... Wait, there was a Breath of the Wild limited edition? Like the Switch one? I know the controllers, but was there proper Switch, actually? I have that one. I have the Animal Crossing one, the limited edition, because it was cute.
Launching something new, it's just another step in the same pattern that's been repeating for years. Back in the day, this...
Oh my god. Look at those pixels. That's amazing.
Used to be the company that took risks, that made magic, that redefined entire genres and invited us into something truly special.
Damn.
But now, kind of just seems like they're relying on the fact that we'll show up no matter what, even though they are so often very anti-consumer. It's because they know our nostalgia runs incredibly deep, and the more I've seen it, the harder it has been to unsee. Nintendo has mastered something I can only describe as weaponized nostalgia. They've turned our childhood memories into a soulless business model, and the part that
I think everyone does that, to be fair. I mean, what do you think World of Warcraft is doing? Every time it's like comes out something and they bring out characters, it's like, oh, do you remember how cool this person was? Anything, he's a vegetable now. It doesn't matter. Yeah, everyone does this. Why is everything so soulless? Because capitalism. Everything is not about how much you enjoy it, but how much you can sell. And it's like chop, chop, chop. More, faster, faster, money, 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 money. And now it's going to get even worse with like AI, because everything will be even faster, which will be cool at the beginning. And then it will be, everything will be very much like the same. And it's going to be like, this is like, have you ever played some of those MMOs that is like so bare and general?
I guess inflation and all this shit, that why you have to increase the prices, okay. But why no one talk about how market for video games grew like 100 times in last 20 years? 15 years ago if your game wasn't best game no one knew it, and now many people mahe bullshit AI generated games just because there are so many people in this industry that those AI games makes money by people who just try new games out.
Bro, can we just ban AI slop games though? Dude, they even have it on the PlayStation Store. It's crazy. Like there are AI generated like puzzle games and dating sims. It's like so, it's like cheap, of course. It's like $1, $2, but I just don't want to see it. It's so annoying and it's so low quality, and it's just like, I will give you $10 to shut the fuck up and I will never want to see you again. Yeah, give it a separate section. Give it a filter where you don't want to see AI generated things. It's just so sloppy. It's so bad. And you can notice it from like one glance that, oh, it's obviously it's AI. It's usually like pretty girls with gigantic fucking tits and they all have the same face.
It really hurts
Much.
that it works. It worked on me for so long. I've been the Nintendo fangirl who's bought the remakes.
Yeah, but I don't want Rule 34 to have a filter for it. I want Steam. Like, there are all these, it's always hentai games, okay? It's always the freaking hentai games. And it's always just like, ooh, AI generated, ooh,
Re-releases and updated ports, even though I knew deep down that what they were offering was not anything new. And looking back on it, I don't know.
Have you considered not playing hentai games? Just because I play the Put It Up Hitler's Butt on Steam, it's a 10 out of 10 game, okay? Who wouldn't want that? It's a historical experience. How is it? It's very good. You can choose between different toys and you just like, you know? And he's like, 9,999. And I'm like, yeah. Anyways, open up wide.
Oh, I guess it was because I didn't feel like I was buying a game.
Course.
It felt like I was buying a memory. And Nintendo knows that. They know that we remember.
Okay, but hear me out. I know that Nintendo is slop and everything. But if they imagine that they would rework Majora's Mask with like Breath of the Wild graphics, I wouldn't say no to that.
23 months. Hooray.
The remakes are so popular lately. Hey, Nighthawk! Like all the Resident Evil remake, the Silent Hill remake, there's no way that they are not going to start remaking them. Yeah, or Twilight Princess too. Yeah, they are absolutely safe and they just have to pump up the quality of the graphics. And it's like, let's go. Remakes are popular because they don't have the talent to make new things. Well, yeah, but also nostalgia. You know? Because they are very good ideas. And they already did it, so if they cashed in once, why can't they cash in twice?
or how it felt to blast through alien worlds in Metroid Prime, or how it felt to spend hours raising your perfect Nintendog like it was your actual childhood pet. They know we feel
The fuck is Nintendogs? Was it like a Tamagotchi or something?
these titles in a way that goes beyond gameplay. And they have perfected the art of re-releasing titles, sometimes only mildly updated at full price, locking legacy content behind paywalls and subscriptions, and offering
Assassin's Creed Shadows. Oh, this cough, man. I mean, what?
nostalgia not as a gift, but as a heartless transaction. And just a quick side note that I found out while I was writing out this video. Do you want to talk about heartless? Because I just found out that Nintendo actually replaced the voice actress for Princess Peach after 18 years.
Damn! Bitch was getting old or what? Why?
And they
Wait, I mean, Peach doesn't even really talk. She's just like, wee! And like stuff like that. Like, she couldn't moan hard enough or... Why? Why?
didn't even tell her. She found out with the rest of the world when the new Mario Kart game came out.
Damn.
That's actually insane. But anyway, to get back on track,
That's kind of mean though. She has been working with them for 18 years and she doesn't even get a postcard that goodbye bitch, see you never or something. She's just like, oh wait, a new Mario game comes out. Wait a second. I mean, it's not that they owe her anything, but you know,
there's always been a
rude.
huge difference between celebrating fan love
At least they didn't feed her voice into an AI database and just generate something. So, I guess.
and exploiting it. And
Yes.
for me, it seems like Nintendo has lived long enough to finally see themselves.
X/Twitter has AI companions if you have Super Grok subscription.
AI companions? I can have my own Mecha Hitler as my best friend? Oh my god, that's so exciting. Wow, I love it.
Become the villain. So moving on from the Switch to release, at some point I started looking at how Nintendo
Hey, they just patched that shit out of it. How do you build an AI that actually starts to call itself Mecha Hitler? That's not normal, okay? I have no idea how they are building the database or how that AI gets shit done, but holy fucking shit. Oopsie. It just happened. We are sorry.
treats the people who love their games.
Second
And what I
road,
found
yeah.
honestly broke my heart a little bit, because Nintendo doesn't just protect its legacy, they police it. Let's start with content creators. This is
Ooh.
nothing new. For many years now, Nintendo has been going after them. Streamers, YouTubers,
Yeah, poor Palworld. I can't believe that they are not allowed to, like, use the... Is it the balls that they cannot have the balls anymore? Or they cannot fly on it or something? They sued them. The little assholes. They are so petty. Like, Nintendo will always outsell everything. And it's just like, no, you're not allowed to. That was our idea.
musicians for doing what, honestly, most other gaming companies celebrate, sharing their love for the brand and its IP.
Wait, what? Popular Super Mario Maker speedrunner and streamer has all his levels deleted. Whoa, why? What did he do?
Brand and its IPs.
I just received a copyright takedown and my account is suspended for 48 hours for streaming Age of Calamity, despite it being out in Australia, Japan, and part of Europe, and all of Europe is 30 minutes? Holy shit, what? Damn.
Somehow, I managed to kind of turn a blind
It's completely irrelevant, but this just reminds me of like how Freem tried to file a copyright against like other people pretending to be her on YouTube, and she got banned by YouTube. Pure cinema. I love companies. I forever love companies. They are so competent, and our AI overlords will definitely not clap our cheeks. It will be beautiful, and I love it.
eye to most of this until the Point Crow situation. He was a YouTuber who was making these really
Oh, shit,
incredible
almost-
Breath of the Wild mod videos. Fun, creative, and totally original. And then one day, Nintendo claimed and struck 27 videos. No warning, no conversation, just straight up attacked. And it wasn't just his Breath of the Wild mods, it was any content that featured them, including other creators who had collaborated with him. It all got wiped out like a purge. And
They were like, wait a second. some people are bettering our game, and now gamers are asking us to make our game look better and be better. No, we can't have that. Take that shit down. Erase it.
It made me pause because these weren't leaks and they weren't made to be malicious. It really was just fan content that was made out of love. And Nintendo really cracked down on it like it was a threat. And this was not an isolated case. One that has really stuck with me was Gilvasunner. And if you didn't know, Gilvasunner's channel used to be one of the only places online where you could find full Nintendo soundtracks. For years, Nintendo basically had these locked up very tight unless you were able to purchase a physical CD from Nintendo themselves. They weren't on Spotify, Apple Music, Nintendo's YouTube channel, no official platform to listen to any of it. And Gilva wasn't even trying to profit from this. There were no ads or monetization, just the original music uploaded for fans who wanted to relive the moments those songs came from. It was really a gift to the community. And then
1,300 copyright blocks. Wow. You know, this is someone's job. Someone is like at the Nintendo headquarters and they are like, you know this guy? Fuck this guy. Do it. Just a casual 3,500 copyright blocks right now.
Then it was gone. Nintendo initially sent over 1,300
Damn.
takedown notices, and after that, it was followed by another 2,200. The entire channel was essentially wiped out, and Gilva closed up shop. And I know this might sound a little bit dramatic, but that was kind of a big turning point for me when it came to how I viewed them. Just a little side note / confession, but as a former Disney adult who has learned the error of her ways, I feel—
Oh no. Oh no. Is Joe over? She was a Disney adult. Oh no. To be fair, Disney used to be good. Okay? Disney used to be good and now they are just like, I feel like that they decided they don't like money anymore because anything that and everything that comes out of Disney is so bad. And it's like, this one flopped, that series flopped, that Marvel movie flopped, everything flopped. And I'm just like, wow.
feel pretty qualified to say this. Nintendo really is the Disney of gaming. They're wholesome on the surface, very full of magic and memories, but underneath, there's a very quiet, corporate, malicious control. And both companies know how to tug at your childhood heartstrings while handing out—
No, that's the problem, that Disney fucking don't. Like, look at what they have done to Star Wars. I will never forgive them. They had the original actor for Luke and Leia and Han Solo, and you write that load of shite as a script? You had everything, and you wrote that's not even good as a fanfiction. I would have rather watch just like Finn Rail Ray for like 4 fucking hours, or like Ray Rail Finn, I don't fucking care in what order, or they just cover each other with mud for 4 hours, then rewatch those 3 movies. I am never getting those hours back. I hate it. Holy fucking shit, how much I hate it. I watched them in the cinema. I feel like a fucking loser. I went to watch Star Wars in the cinema, and it was so bad, and I didn't have fun. Mind you, I remember watching it wasn't the Revenge of the Sith. It was the one before that. I watched it also in cinema, and I liked it so much that after I came out of the cinema, I bought another ticket for the same screening, and I went back in. And then came out, and I watched it one more time. I've watched it 3 times back to back. Yeah, the Clone Wars. That's how much I loved it. And this one, it was the first one, like the Force Awakening or whatever the fuck was the name. It was alright. The second one, I was bored out of my balls. And the third one, I don't even think I watched it in cinema because I didn't believe in it anymore. I just watched it online. It was so bad. It's not the tism. I just really enjoyed it. Yeah, the Force Awakens was alright. The second was so boring. Oh God, it was so boring.
copyright strikes and ulterior motives on the side.
You didn't miss anything by not watching the third one. They were like trying to fix it, but it's so bad. Like, you can't. Like, the second one was just, if I would have been them, I would have made that bold choice that would have said that, you know what, the second movie is not canon, and we just rewrite it. You get some original people, some comic artists, some anyone, and just like remake the second one. Like the first one wasn't that bad. The second fucked up everything. Ugh.
At the time I was watching this unfold, the more I sat with what happened to Gylfasunner, the more it made me.
Finn should have been... Dude, I was so ready for Finn to become a Jedi. He had to be a Jedi. Instead, we got this overpowered Rey who is just like suddenly knows everything. And it was so annoying. And like that Asian girl like being like abusive to Finn basically. And it's like that Asian girl was like basically like, you are my boyfriend now. And Finn is like, I kind of like someone that, no, you are my boyfriend now. And I was like, oh my god, you're so scary.
Me wonder, why
Poor
is
dude.
Nintendo's music so locked away to begin with? These soundtracks have some of the most iconic songs.
Wait. Oh my god, he doesn't have ears at the human place. Is that not a hat? Oh no, does he have ears? Where is his ears? He has no ears. Oh no. Is it? I don't know. But I always thought these are just tiny humans with a mushroom hat. No? Oh, he's a mushroom. He's just vibing. He's just feeling the treble and the bass via the mushroom. You know? I don't know, man. He has no ears and he must jam.
In gaming. They were emotional, timeless,
Very
and they were very deeply personal for so many of us. And like I said earlier, Animal Crossing Wild World was my comfort game. And yet, at the time, there was basically no way for me to go listen to it legally. It felt like Nintendo had locked away their history in a vault, and they just would not let anyone open it up. And from there, I started noticing so many other examples. Fan games getting shut down, community passion projects being wiped out, and listen, I get it. IP protection is legally within their right, but it all just felt like they were going out of their way to crack down on this, acting very aggressive, cold, and even heartless. Especially when you look around at many other companies, Sega, Capcom, Xbox, PlayStation, even some indie studios, and you see them amplifying creators, lifting them up, letting the fans be a part of the legacy. But Nintendo doesn't really do that. They continue.
Nintendo is like, don't fucking touch it. Just give me your wallet. You don't need it. Just pay. Okay? You don't like it? Banned. You need to buy a new Switch. We bricked it for you. Good fucking luck, buddy.
Continue to pull the plug again and again, and over time I started wondering if maybe I had just been giving them the benefit of the doubt simply because I grew up loving them. So at this point, after the
That's actually crazy that they can like fucking break the Switches from far away and you just have to buy a new one or something. Nintendo needs to hurry up and go under. They are not going to go under because, believe it or not, they are still producing really good games. Not legal in the EU. When was the last time that anyone cared about what is and what isn't legal in the EU? The only thing that ever changed in the past decade or two is that now, when I have a drink, I cannot take the fucking cap off because, I don't know, I'm retarded. And now it's like tied to it. And apparently it's saving the world. I still rip it off. Like, it's not going to stop me. I will just spill like the top half of it onto me. Like, I don't know what they were trying to prove with this. So how could you? Like, I always put it back, like, and I recycle. So like, I don't care, but like, it scratches my nose. Like, what do you want me to do about it? I hate it. I think it's about the turtles. Well, fuck the turtles. I need to drink, and it cannot scratch my nose.
The Gylfasunner takedown, I had already started to feel uneasy. The creator takedowns, the fan projects, the legacy content, it was all feeling a lot more controlling than caring. But the moment that truly stopped me in my tracks was when I heard the story of Gary Bowser. And I'll be honest with you,
Bowser? Oh my god, his name is Bowser.
I didn't even know about any.
What is... Does he have his glasses glued? Is he the OG Bowser?
Of this until I listened to an episode of Darknet Diaries, which, by the way, Jack does an incredible job explaining all of this. I'll link it in the description for you.
I actually don't know this story. Who is Mr. Bowser?
Now, I obviously knew at this point Nintendo could be very protective of their IP, but this was on a whole other level. Gary was a part of a group called Team Executor, and what they did was build and sell mod chips, little pieces of hardware that you could install in your Nintendo consoles to run home.
Wait, so a guy named Bowser was working on something that could be used with Nintendo? I mean, I would be a little bit suspicious too.
Apps,
Maybe he just wanted Peach.
custom firmware, and yes, pirated games. But people also use those mods for stuff that wasn't necessarily piracy. They used it to run backups of games they already owned, or just experiment with the system for their own personal use. Things that were really never going to be available through Nintendo directly. Gary essentially became the fall guy for the entire organization, and Nintendo came down on him in a way that
Wow, Nintendo being abusive towards Bowser? That could never happen. What is this fanfiction reality? That's actually amazing. And Nintendo came and busted the nut into Bowser's ass.
was very extreme. In 2020, Gary was arrested at gunpoint in the Dominican Republic and extradited to the US. By 2022, he'd been sentenced to 3 years in prison and ordered to pay $14.5 million in damages, $4.5 million in restitution, and
Oh yeah, it's fine. I have it in my other pocket. The 14.5 million. Yeah. No worries. It's just it's in my other pocket. Yeah. Holy shit.
then another $10 million from a civil suit. And after
Oh
he
my
got out
God.
early, he still owed all of it. And he started paying Nintendo back 25 to 30% of his monthly income, which at one point was just $25 a month.
That's just so cruel, man. What the fuck? That's so much money. Like, did he make that much money, or did they just pull this number out of their asses? That, oh, well, these are the damages, and we don't really care about it as long as he's miserable. What do you think? I think that this shouldn't be legal. Like, can't he just file for bankruptcy or something, and then, like, the debt will go away or something?
From his prison library job. He'll basically be paying
Jesus.
them for the rest of his life. When I heard that, my stomach dropped. I genuinely felt heartbroken for him. Yes, what he and the rest of the team were doing was illegal, and they did profit off of it, but Gary was just one man. And are we really saying the punishment fits the crime here? Because whatever legal lines were crossed, this felt less like justice and more like hatred and wrath. And not just for what he did, but for daring to even touch Nintendo's closed system. And the part that really got me with this is Nintendo tried to get Sony and Microsoft to back them up here, to join the lawsuit and make it a
Damn.
united front against piracy.
Damn, my boy Sony and Xbox was like, nah, we are evil, but we are not this evil. Damn. That's actually hardcore.
Both companies said no. Both Sony and Xbox, billion-dollar publishers in their own right, refused to be a part of it. Even they seemed to think that it was too far. And again, I am not here to outright defend piracy, really. There's a whole conversation
Shit, am I going to be safe after watching this video? Nintendo might just show up at my house and will slap me in the nuts or something.
to be had about access, preservation,
Oh,
ethics,
shit.
but this felt incredibly cruel and predatory. Nintendo did not just want to stop
right
Gary from
behind
what
you.
he was doing, they wanted to make him an example. And for me, this was the defining moment when I knew Nintendo was no longer the company that I had loved for decades. And if you thought Gary Bowser's case was just a one-off or a legal overreach in a rare situation, it wasn't. Because not long after that, Nintendo set its sights on something much bigger and arguably much more telling. You might have already guessed it, but I'm talking about Palworld. You probably remember when
Okay, but to be fair, can I just say that I understand where they are coming from? Like, if you squint real hard, you can tell which pal is which Pokemon. Like, it's very, very much a blatant copy, but I don't think that they should stifle them. Like, they clearly created something that became bigger than Pokemon, and they started to add more stuff to it. Still legally different. I don't know. I feel like, on one hand, I like copyright laws because it protects the artist. On the other hand, I don't like it because you should let people create. Like, how will we ever improve if someone, like, let's say that you invent, I don't know, the cube, and you have the copyright to cube, and you want to make something better out of the cube, but you cannot touch it because someone not allow you to. Like, we need to touch existing things so that we can make it better. A tungsten cube, yeah, sure, whichever you're into. So, like, I feel like that... I don't even know where I stand. I feel like they should have just let it be. It just looks very fucking bad. Like, Palworld did everything that people had been begging Nintendo to do Pokemon. You know? And they are still not going to do it, even with the new game. And they are just like, okay, we are gonna punch down on this indie studio. No room for innovation. Yeah, that's why I don't like it. Like, copyright is good when you're like a smaller creator and like someone is stealing your stuff. But I'm gonna be honest with you, in this world, I feel like it's almost, you kind of have to suck it up and people will always steal your shit. Like, you cannot really fight it.
No, Japanese copyright law is legitimately insane, and gaming in general. They didn't sue Palworld for the characters. They got them for hiding the characters and for summing them and having them follow them around. It was 100% BS reasons.
I don't... If I would have been Nintendo, I would have let it fly. Like, how the fuck does Nintendo not sue Genshin Impact when they basically ripped off Breath of the Wild, but they go after Palworld? I don't know, man. It's just they are scared of the Chinese. They didn't want to tap into that, but they were like, oh, small indie studio. Yeah, exactly. Because China, like, honestly, the Chinese is kind of based. You know? They are like, you know, you did this game. How about we will just improve on it and we will make it even better or different? I don't know. Depends on whether you like Genshin or not. I'm not a big fan of gacha, but not gonna lie, Genshin can be insanely fun. It's incredibly addictive, especially in the beginning. So they absolutely improved on it. If Palworld was Chinese, they wouldn't have touched it. Dude, they should have asked Tencent to have like an XY amount of percentage in Palworld. That's what they should have done. Easy. I like the exploration and story. It's pretty good. I like it a lot too. If you don't go into the whole grinding, yeah, but that's the gacha. That's not like the fault of the original game. I'm surprised China didn't make Palworld first. Honestly, that's a good point. Like, maybe they tried, it just didn't work out. I don't know. I'm just saying that I can clearly see the inspiration, that it's very fucking close to like Pokemon, but I wouldn't have touched it. Now everyone like looks at Nintendo like, okay, you guys were like little shitheads. You shouldn't have touched it.
When it blew up. A very weird, chaotic blend of Pokemon-style creature collecting and open-world survival mechanics. It was very messy, it was wild, but it was so much fun. People were very obsessed.
This horse has an ass cheek. Or whatever this is. I like that.
Myself included. And yes, come
Nice.
on, it clearly was inspired by Pokemon. That's not a secret.
Yeah. This was one of my favorite Pokemons. The... God, what's her name? His name. It's like a W something. Like a Wooper of a Wooloo. Yeah, there you go. I fucking love the Wooloo. The machine gun. Not the machine gun, the sheep. I like the Wololo.
You could throw a spear, you could collect.
The sheep is inspired by Pokemon. No. It's not the sheep. It's this very specific sheep, right? It was Pokemon Wooloo. So, as you must see the inspiration where it might be coming from. Obviously, it's not the same, but like you can see the idea. This very normal sheep that exists everywhere. Nah, man. I think it was intentional. They were trying to go for Pokemon because they would get so much clout just for resembling Pokemon. I think it's smart. I am actually very sad that like Nintendo clapped them. I hope it will not affect the gameplay that much.
Here, you could collect little pals, you ride them.
Is sheep copyrighted now by Nintendo or what? Well, I mean, I guess the Pokemon itself is probably copyrighted. I don't know. I'm just saying that, listen, if you think that the person who designed this Palworld Vulu didn't look at the Pokemon version of the sheep, then you're lying to yourself. I am not arguing whether what they did is good or bad. I'm just saying that they definitely, it's a sheep. You are being blonde. And I say that with you being blonde. I am not. No, you don't understand. I'm just saying that it should be allowed. Like, they shouldn't have gotten copyrighted, but it is very obvious what they were looking at. Okay? No, it's a sheep. Both are a sheep. Okay. Stop being regarded. I know that it's a sheep, but there are so many Pokemons that look like almost like the Palworld variants. Obviously, it was inspired. Okay, look at the Lucario. I don't know what's the Palworld equivalent of it. Take the silhouette and you wouldn't be able to distinguish which one is the Pokemon and which one is the Palworld. Yeah, but listen, the thing is, what I'm saying is that it doesn't matter that they copied it. I am not sure if Nintendo had the right to sue them. And I think this is why they didn't sue them for the likeness. Because they must understand it that, like, yeah, sure, they copied us or got inspired by the design, but it doesn't mean that we can sue over that, because at the end of the day, it's like, Regis, calm your titties, okay? I get it. You don't like Nintendo. We gotta be calm. Everything, would you believe it that everyone copies each other? That's my point. That Nintendo shouldn't sue over this. You're not calm. My point is that it's obvious copy, but it doesn't matter. They shouldn't sue, and they did not. They sued over something even more bullshit, like riding. I don't even understand how that went through, because riding a creature is basically every fucking game's thingy. Like, you could ride horses and creatures in every fucking game. They patented it. Patented my ass. Every MMORPG has flying mounts. I don't understand how the fuck that went through. They sued over the Pokeball mechanic. That's a bit tighter, I think. They might have a point there, because other than Pokemon, I don't really know other games where the creature would come out of a ball or of an object. But, yeah. Pokemon was practically one-to-one of Dragon Quest. I actually don't know much about Dragon Quest, but I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe Dragon Quest should sue them then. No, they don't have a point. It's a catching creature in a sphere games had forever. Well, then maybe need better lawyers. Because didn't they win against that? They had to actually change something in Palworld for it. Like, now you have to summon the creatures differently, like not out of a ball or something. I believe. Yes. So the issue wasn't only the ball. I think they had a lot of issues, but they were like trying to press it for its strongest. You know? They only won because the Japanese law, they would lose everywhere else in the world. What? Wait, so... did they go to a Japanese trial based off of the Japanese law? Even though this company is probably not located in Japan. But, like, how does the Japanese have the right to tell a company... I assume they are American? They are both... Wait. Palworld is Japanese? Oh, shit! Oh, I thought that they are American! Oh, then no wonder that they get clubbed. Okay, that sucks. Okay. I thought that this was like an American company. Oh, then no wonder that the Japanese law was so tight on their asses. They are slightly funded by Sony. Slightly. You thought American because of the guns? No, I actually thought American because of the graphics. Because it's like, it smells like Unreal Engine. And Unreal Engine is very, like, every American has a boner for it. That's purely the only reason I thought. I didn't even think further then. But yeah, the guns are nice, I guess.
You battle them. It was Pokemon adjacent, absolutely. But here's the thing. It wasn't a copy. The characters were different. The art direction, tone,
I like that chicken.
many mechanics were different. It took a very familiar genre and gave it a bold, slightly unhinged twist. And for the first time in years, fans were saying, why doesn't Nintendo try stuff like this? Instead of taking that feedback,
Plays X, does it really? That's amazing. I like it that it has like a haunting dead eyes. It's like, I'm gonna fuck you up. Thank you.
back in stride. Instead of rising to the challenge, listening, learning, evolving, Nintendo did what they've been doing for a while
Really?
now. They sued. Together,
But now it makes sense that it's a Japanese company. I thought they were American. They really should have sold like 10% to Tencent so that they would be under like Chinese protection. If you think gun is just America, that's not what I said. Stop twisting my words. I told you what I thought it was American. Why would... Lads. I didn't even talk about the guns. The fuck? I am yapping for like 50 minutes about why I think it's American. It's like, oh my god, you're a child if you think the guns... Yeah. Because also, who would be the person who thinks about guns and thinks about America? Damn, that's a crazy stereotype. It's like thinking about pasta in Italians. Damn. The fuck?
with the Pokemon Company, they filed a patent infringement lawsuit against the Palworld dev team. Not over character design, surprisingly. Not even
That's what I'm shocked about. I would have sued. I would have tried to sue. If I am like desperate to sue, I would have tried to sue over the character design, but I can see how it would flop. And I will tell you why. I had this one time. So I'm not gonna name names, but this happened on Twitter. I had a friend.
Murikuid gun bang bang.
You're not allowed to say that apparently. If you think about America and guns, you're a child. No, I still have a friend, but like let's say I had a friend and that person made an art and someone traced over that art as a commission and gave it to someone else. And obviously, I got a little bit angry because that person worked really hard on, let's say A made an art and B traced over the art and sold it for money. And I was very mad at B because A worked really hard on that picture and the other person got money out of it. That person deceived the commissioner and also was an asshole and wasn't trying to admit the tracing. But it was basically you aligned it and it was 1-to-1, right? And I commented under it and I was like, you traced A's drawing 1-to-1. You should let your, if I remember, I called it a cheap copy because I was really angry. And there was 1,001 people coming at me that, Screw, you're an evil fucking bastard. How dare you call it a cheap copy? It was a cheap copy. It was like, you know when you buy a Pokemon backpack from China and Pikachu is green and not like yellow? It was basically that. And like I got like a bunch of like and also back then in the ancient Greece, everyone was copying each other's art, and that's how the problem wasn't the copy. The problem was that this person sold it as a commission to someone who will be unable to use it because it's a traced work, and they are not going to give refunds, obviously, right? So that was the problem with it. But I got so much messages that I am wrong and tracing is okay and copying is okay and even if they sell it, it's okay and also go fuck myself. So based off of that interaction, I realized, first of all, why did I ever state my opinion on Twitter? I was the giga retard, but because of course. But second of all, they wouldn't be able to prove it in court that Palworld took inspiration from Pokemon. Based off the same thing, like how even you were like that the Wooloo has nothing to do with the legally distinct Wooloo, which is like very, very, very fucking similar. Color scheme the same, shape the same. The face looks a little bit different, but it's basically the same. But there would be like 5 retards telling that no, it's completely different. So that's why they probably couldn't sue over likeness. So they went into something more technical that they can actually just like, okay, this is it. We have a copyright over this, this, and this. Get fucked. Yeah. If you can sue Palworld for monster design, you can do the same thing with Digimon. You can. I think you could do that with a lot of fucking thing. Like, think about like just the basic slime, how versatile it is. Every isekai anime slime, every MMORPG first character slime. It's a blob, you know?
Even over branding, but over mechanics. Things like throwing a pal spear to catch creatures, using them
Heyo! All depends on money, look up Lego. What about Lego?
in combat, riding them across the world. And because of all of this, the Palworld team had to actually go in and change all of those features. They stripped out mechanics that players loved, not because they were unethical, but because they simply couldn't defend themselves against a legal juggernaut. And just like with the Gary Bowser case, Nintendo tried to bring other companies into the fight. Sony and Microsoft were purportedly approached to back them.
Wait, but if Sony has a feat in Palworld, then no shit that they didn't wanna back down. It's like, Nintendo, my man, I kinda don't wanna shoot myself in the foot.
Again here, and again, they declined. They did not want to be a part of it. And all of this says a lot because this could have been a big moment for Nintendo, a wake-up call, an opportunity for them to ask, what is it that people are responding to? Why are they so excited about this? What can we learn from this? But instead of innovation, they chose litigation. And to me, it was not a stand for creativity or IP protection. The Pokemon formula has been around for—
I guarantee you that they will look at Palworld, say that it sucks ass, and they are not going to improve anything on the next Pokemon games. Nothing. Simply fucking nothing. And I'm not buying next Pokemon games either. It will be a grind fest and boring as fuck.
For literally 30 years. We all know what it is and where it comes from, and Palworld was not going to change that. No. This was Nintendo being a bully and swinging at anything that threatened the comfort of their complacency. They had an opportunity to grow, to evolve, to take advantage of someone already laying the groundwork for them, but instead, they chose violence. And after everything, the creator takedowns, the lawsuits, the silencing of innovation, you think maybe Nintendo would at least try to get one thing right.
Nintendo shuts down live-action Zelda fan film? What? That's so stupid. I don't understand it. Why would you shut down fan projects? These are free advertisements for your goddamn game. Imagine that there would be a VTuber and they would be like, you cannot draw fan art of me. You cannot clip me. I'm going to copy strike you. Fuck you. You know, like, why would you do that?
Their legacy. Stupid. I remember when Nintendo Online was first announced. It sounded like such a win, a way to legally revisit classic titles, play old favorites, dive back into the library that built up this brand. And at first, I was so hopeful. But the reality has been frustrating at best. Games get added randomly. Some months it's not much. Other months it's one obscure NES title no one really asked for. Entire consoles like Game Boy Advance or N64 still feel incomplete, and sometimes titles will just disappear without warning or explanation. They're just gone. And now, with the launch of the Switch 2, I thought maybe they would just try to clean things up a bit. GameCube has finally joined the retro lineup, which is very awesome. But
Jesus Christ, that controller looks so strange. Oh, that's so weird. I'd never seen a controller like that. What the fuck? It was good? Was it? I never had it. I can't tell. It's so strange. It's almost exotic in a way. That was like the peak one? Damn, I feel like I missed out.
But they only added 3 games at launch. Wind Waker, Soul Calibur 2, and F-Zero GX. Like, yeah, that's a cool trio, I guess.
Listen, anything and everything must be better than just using the Switch controller. Like, the actual, you know, the 2 little things on the side. I can't stand it. Like, if it's taken off of the Switch, I fucking hate it. I have, like, a proper Nintendo controller. Yeah, the Joy-Con. The Joy-Con, it can suck my ass. Oh my god. The fucking
Disgusting
drift.
Nintendo fans, says Nintendo lawyers. How dare they show their love by making art that depicts our properties?
That's just so lame, man. Like, I don't get it.
But it's also pretty bare bones for a console with so many legendary titles. And yes, I know more are coming, but why launch with so few? Why not take the easy win here and give your fans what they've been begging you for years? Beyond the catalog, the performance isn't always there either. Sometimes there's lag, some games have awkward control schemes, others don't support cloud saves. It doesn't really feel like a premium service. It feels like something Nintendo begrudgingly maintains, and definitely not something that they can be proud of. The thing is I've always wanted to support something like this. I actually am very happy to pay to play these games legally. I want to revisit the titles that shaped
For 80 bucks, bro. I used to be happy to play it legally too, but for 80 bucks. I am not happy anymore. I will still probably, maybe if it tickles my fancy, will buy it. But I will not happily. I will just sadly, you know? That's what I will.
me in a clean, easy way, but Nintendo has made it so hard. It's like they're sitting on this treasure trove of nostalgia, this very beautiful, powerful legacy, and instead of sharing it or celebrating it with us, they keep it to themselves and withhold it. They kind of hold it over us like drugs, honestly, banking on the fact that we'll continue to play the part of the willing addicts who will be so happy for even the tiniest drop. It really is heartbreaking, but at this point, I'm not even really mad about it. I'm just tired and maybe still a little bit sad. Now, again, to be clear, this video is not meant to shame anybody. If you bought the Switch...
No, it's okay. We can shame Nintendo. We can afford it, or I don't know. Can we afford it? It depends. Are they going to sue us if we shame them a little? Just a little shame.
2, or you're a part of Nintendo Online and you're loving it, I think that's great. Truly, I am not here to steal joy away from anyone. This video really is just to talk about how I can't ignore how much my own relationship with Nintendo has changed over the years. And I don't love them anymore. Not the company, not like I used to. And that's difficult to say out loud because I grew up on these games. I spent summers chasing stars in Mario 64, winters decorating my Animal Crossing home, racing my siblings in Mario Kart, riding Epona across Hyrule Field like it was the most magical thing in the world. And for me, these were not just games. They were a part of my childhood. And that's why all of this hurts so much, because the company that once led with a full heart and love for gaming feels like it's running on autopilot, giving us the...
I think this is not just a general Nintendo thing. This is everything. I feel the same way about like Blizzard, EA, and Ubisoft, and basically anything and everything that comes out lately. I feel like it's so rare. No, Valve is fine, but when was the last time Valve put out a game? I feel like the only things that come out, it's like there's a few games, like Baldur's Gate was amazing, the Claire Obscure whatever game was amazing, and basically that's it? Like maybe those companies were really good, and that's it? CD Projekt or Larian are goats. I mean, Cyberpunk was a little iffy, but now it's really, really good, so not gonna lie. I'm a little bit antsy about the new Witcher because I don't know how it's gonna go, but you know, people blow CD Projekt too much. I mean, they did fix a lot of things in Cyberpunk, and not gonna lie, Cyberpunk would be easily one of my top 3 games. It's really fucking good and addictive, but I'm cautiously optimistic about the new Witcher. You know what's better than fixing? Not releasing it broken. Say that to No Man's Sky. I think they would have a word with you.
The absolute bare minimum. Comfortable, safe, lazy, greedy. We're getting less and paying more. And look, the industry as a whole is a bit of a mess right now, but it's still fair for us to ask.
I love it when they release a game and it's like half cooked and full of bugs, and then they release a DLC that feels like should have been part of the game, but I get to pay again. Because everyone knows that the best part of playing a game is buying it. And I just can buy it again and again and again and again. I love it.
Ask for better, to feel valued as customers, to want these companies to care. And for a long time, I really believed that Nintendo did. That they
Have you completed Cyberpunk yet? Not yet. I don't want it to be over. I never want it to be over.
They were different, that they stood for something. But now it's hard to see how that could still be true. I
want you to know that Hogwarts Legacy, I was one quest away from completing the game, and I will never complete it. I will go and restart it over and over and again, and I will never complete it. Yes, we know, I will never. I hate it, because then it's over. And if it's over, then it makes me sad, and I don't want to be sad. Therefore, I don't think, like, other than games that I actually play on stream, I don't think I ever finish games. Like, just when I'm playing it for myself. Because I can't, because then it's lost. But if I don't finish it, then it's like, oh yeah, I haven't finished it, so I guess I can replay it, you know? And it's yeah. It's different. It's not 80. Can you just stop making me into this like a Twitter bio person that ADHD, autism, bipolar, sex, 6 multiple personalities? I don't fucking know. Leave me alone.
I always joke that my relationship with Nintendo is super toxic.
But you stop acting mentally. I am not mentally ill. It's just Nintendo doesn't love me. That's it. I just need Nintendo to fucking love me.
Because even after all of this, even after how I've seen how they treat their consumers and fans, part of me still hopes that they'll change. Because they could. It really would be so easy. If they wanted to, they could be the company that supports creators instead of silencing them, shares their legacy instead of locking it away, prioritizes joy over control, and evolves instead of punishing innovation. I really would love nothing more than to fall back in love with them. But right now, it just seems like Nintendo is going to keep being Nintendo. Just very stuck
17
and
months with the wonderful Poketos.
Ayo.
And highest coup.
too happy to stay that way. The love that I once had for them was so real, and the magic really mattered. But the company behind that magic, it feels further away than ever. If you made it to the end of this video, seriously, thank you so much. And I would love to hear your story. What made you fall in love with Nintendo? Are you still in love with them?
It's a company. Why would I fall in love with a company? I don't, it's a company. I don't, it's a company. I'm not going to fall in love with anything. I might fall in love with games, but never with a company. How about Gaben? He's like Steam Jesus or something. Oh my god.
That anger could be a source of mental illness or chat gaslighting you, but I think it's the mental illness.
Okay.
Yes.
Once upon a time.
Okay.